that Christ said before the idea, the adultery never has to leave the heart. It never has to leave the heart. And it can become a sin. That fact is a foundation for the demonic snatching that goes on. It does not have to leave the heart. When the idea leaves the heart and goes into our mind, and we form a behavior or an activity consistent with it, okay? Now we're into physiology and our mind's ability to contrive the satisfaction of the heart in the acquisition of its desire. So prior to that, anything that happens here in the heart, if it is a sin, okay, it never has to go here. It already counts for our righteousness. It already counts. So demons have a right to things that are consistent with their nature. They're simply involved in your sin. Doesn't ever have to go to another, doesn't ever have to have a plan formulated from it. So we know demons are permitted here. And we know that when they act here, they are acting quickly and forcefully. And there is no response from God about that activity. None listed at all. So this is really helping us as we're on our quest to find out how demons are related to our thoughts. If you want to look up, there's other verses to look up in Hebrews. Look up Hebrews chapter 9 and 10, or 8 and 10, I apologize, 8 and 10, about the fact that God treats our minds different than our hearts. They are two totally different functioning assets in our core. They function differently. He handles them differently, but in order to get followers, believers, obedient people in Him, in Christ, He requires both. He requires both. Okay? So that's another clue about what information demons may be interested in, may be able to acquire, may be able to know about. Does all their activity with sin happen here? Are there verses that help us to see that, to understand that? Why does God, looking in Hebrews 8 and 10, why does God involve both? what does worshiping God, how does worshiping God be altered or changed or increased by the fact that He wants our mind and our heart both involved in our salvation? And if that's true, what's the opportunity involved with preventing salvation? And where will an attack come for the saved? Where's a likely attack to come from a demon on a saved person? Not that they would be successful in preventing it, but where might an attack come? What would they strike at? All of this points out as to what they know, what they can know, what they are permitted to know by God, what we give away to them, what we feed them, the information we feed to them about our thoughts, our intents, our desires. Okay? You can also, we've looked at James 1:7 many times. I think it's 6 through 8. And then James 1:15, I believe, we've also looked at. But there are a lot of mechanics that give you a lot of information about the permissibility of a demon, what they are able to do. So we're going to be looking at that next week, if you want to get a jump on that. But personal